So I talk about business partners all the time. If you don't know who I am, Scott Oldford. I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs scale past 7 figures. I have a lot of different business partners. And I want to talk about the subject, should you have a business partner? Okay. And here's my recommendation. Okay. After having had business partners, having lots of business partners, and here's the simplicity of it. Okay. If you have a business partner because you're lonely, don't have a business partner. Okay. Same reason you shouldn't, if you're in a relationship because you're lonely, it's not going to be a good relationship. Okay. If you're in a business relationship, if you're in a business partnership and you're doing it because, let's say, you don't want to pay $3,000 a month for someone in your business. Again, wrong reason, wrong time, wrong reason, probably not going to work out. So a business partnership, like having a partner in your business, should happen for one of two reasons. What's up, buddy? It should happen because, number one, you cannot do what you want to do without that person. Okay, so it's like there's just there is no other way. All right, so a business partnership is the same as marriage, and so you don't really want to go around just marrying anybody. And when you have a business partner, you're marrying somebody's traumas and desires and motivations and so many things, okay? And most of the time, you don't get a whole lot of time to date, because if you're doing a business partnership and you're not doing it once you're, say, already successful, and we'll talk about that version in a second, the problem is you perhaps both come with this needy energy. You don't really get to know each other until things are, in motion. And it's a bit like marrying somebody that you only went on one date with, which can go okay, but a lot of time it doesn't. And now you have this massive energy inside of your business that you kind of can't get rid of, right? If you have a team member, you can get rid of them. There's lots of things, there's lots of ways to be able to let go of somebody if they're not the right fit. But if you can't let go of somebody if they're not a right fit, or you basically have to start over, it's very risky. It's a very risky proposition. And also, you're now responsible for everything that they do, right? In a business partnership, in most regards, if they go and do something that you don't know about, you're still kind of responsible for it. I actually had this happen to me years ago. Over 10 years ago, I had somebody that I was in business with. They didn't pay taxes. And then I had the tax people trying to get me to pay their tax bill. And because I was a partner with them, I literally had to, I had to get lawyers involved. It was a whole thing. Okay. And so generally speaking, in my own life, as well as those I've mentored, I generally find that those business partnerships don't work out well. Okay. So when should you do a business partnership? So number one is when you literally can't do something without that person. So let's say that you are the tech person, and there's just no way that you could do marketing, sales. Like, that's not your thing. You're purely tech. Now that's a great place to be, right? You don't really have a choice per se. The second option is, once you're already successful, is to partner with someone that is somewhat of that first kind of variety, okay? Where you can't really operate that new business line or that new business without the other person, but coming from in a place where you both don't have to do this, all right? So I would expect that the best marriages and the best relationships come when both people are whole, right? Both people are not in this needy kind of scenario. Right? Same thing in business. And so the best business partnerships, and the reason why I can be in a lot of business partnerships, is because I partner with people that are already successful. Most of the time I already have a multi-seven figure business. And from doing it that way, what it creates is sort of this ability to easily go forward without this energy of scarcity that's embedded inside of it. you're going to have to wait for a second because I got to do a crosswalk. Oh, can't go that way? Okay, got it. All good. And so apparently the crosswalk's closed. Well, when a crosswalk's closed, you just find a new one. And so this this timing of a business partnership is to say, okay, if we're both coming as a whole people, we both see this opportunity, we both want to go after it, and we're both not needing this, that's the second time to do it, right? You don't have to do it, you're wanting to do it. And I think that that's a perfect time to be able to do a business partnership. And any other time besides those two times, I found that a business partnership can work, but it's far more difficult. And you just got to realize in general, I had someone come to me recently and they were making $20,000 a month with a business partner. And I'm like, there's both of you, like, this is probably not going to work. You've been in this for years and you're still only making $20,000 a month. You're making no money. You can only take $3,000 each out of this business. There's not enough here. And so if you're in a business partnership, sometimes you got to look at it and be like, you know what, maybe we'd just be friends, right? Let's part our ways. Sometimes when you're coming to the business partnership, say, you know what, is there a way we can refer people to each other? Is there a way we can work together, but more as friends, as affiliates, as not as business partners, but in a different context, in a different way. So don't go head first into a business partnership because it's a lot easier to get in than it is to get out.